In this video, we're going to look at credit card payments. Sylvia wants to pay off a credit card loan of $4,500, charging 10.95% APR. She decides to pay it off and not make any more charges. The credit card company computes the minimum payment by adding the interest due plus 1% of the principal of the account. So here's the question. Let's put this in green. If Sylvia makes only the minimum payment every month, how long will it take her to pay off the credit card? Okay. The second question is, how much will she pay in interest? And 1% of the original $4,500 is the total interest paid. Okay. So we're going to start off by using this credit card payment web calculator, okay, to see the minimum payment and how long it will take her to pay off the credit card. So the information we need to put in there is we need to know it's $4,500. We need to know the interest rate, which is 10.95% annually. And we need to know how the company, the credit card company, computes what she has to pay at minimum, because this varies. And we are using interest due plus 1% of principal. So let's go to this website and see how this works out. So here's the website, and I'm going to adjust these values for our problem. So first, the current balance is $4,500. The interest rate was 10.95%. And they ask us, what are the components of your minimum payment calculation? And we said that it was interest plus 1%. And let's see, we're going to leave this minimum dollar amount at $25. Okay, so that basically says if the interest plus 1% was less than $25, they'd still make you pay $25. So now let's hit calculate. And here's what we have. It will take you 195 months to pay off your debt if you make minimum monthly payments on a balance of $4,500 with that APR. In time, you will pay $3,390.84 in interest charges. Okay, so let's put this information on this. So the calculator told us that it will take Sylvia 195 months, we're going to compute that in years in a second, to pay off the credit card. So that was the answer to the first question. How long will it take her to pay off the credit card? And just note, 195 months, we divide 195 by 12, that's 16 and a quarter years. So 16 years and 3 months to pay off this $4,500. Okay. How much will she pay in interest? So this is our first answer. Our second answer, they gave us this value as well. She will pay $3,390.84 in interest. And then our last question was, what percent of the original $4,500 is the total interest paid? Well, we'll need to do a little computing here. Okay, so our interest over our original amount, which was $4,500, let's call that P, like we did in the other problems. Multiply by 100%, so 3,390.84 divided by how much she borrowed times 100%, and that will give us divide by 4,500 multiply by 100, and we'll round this to 2 decimal places, so 75.35%. So of the money she pays back, okay, which would total about $7,900 almost, she will pay 75.35% interest. She will pay 75.35% of the original $4,500 in interest. Now let's look at the second part of this question. If Sylvia makes a payment of $86.06 every month, how long will it take her to pay off the credit card? Okay. So let's highlight this. She's making a payment of $86.06 every month. Okay. We want to know how long it will take her to pay off her credit card. We want to know how much she will pay in interest and what percent of the original $4,500 is the total interest paid. And then we're going to compare that to the previous value. Now notice here, this is a fixed payment, okay? So we don't need the credit card calculator. We need our TVM solver. So let's figure out what values we need. So let's fill in our values. So we have the present value, payment, future value, rate, pay period, and period. This is what we need to put into the TVM solver. Okay, she's making a payment of $86.06 every month. Okay, so since she's giving money to the bank, that's negative $86.06. Okay, the present value, that's how much she owes at the beginning. If that's $4,500, and we want the future value to be 0. Okay. The interest rate is 10.95%. The pay period, the number of payments. That's what we're trying to find. Sorry for that pause. Okay, we want to see how long it takes her to pay it off. And the period is going to be monthly. Okay, so we're going to put this in the TVM solver. So the present value, the amount of money she has on the card that she's been given, is $4,500. Okay, she's going to make fixed payments instead of just those minimum payments, and we have the value as negative because she's making payments, $86.06. The future value, we want to know when she owes $0. We have a 10.95 APR. Okay, and we're going to put monthly here. So this is actually an underestimate of how long it will take her. Credit cards usually charge a daily periodic rate, but we're just going to do this for consistency. Okay, so now we want to find the number of periods, how many payments she has to make. And we get 71.39. So we'll consider that 0.39 a partial payment, and we're going to answer this first question. It will take her 71.39 months to pay off the credit card. So that was our first question. Let's look at the second question. How much will she pay in interest? So with that credit card solver, they found that for us, but we're going to need to figure this out ourselves here because that wasn't included in the other solver. We're going to see how much she pays in total. Let's do this over here. Total pay, well, she's going to pay $86.06. And she's going to make 71.39 payments. Let's see what this equals. 86.06 times 71.39. So $6,143.82. So this is the total amount she pays, $6,143.82. But remember, the initial balance was $4,500, so we need to subtract that to find the interest. So 6143.82 minus 4,500. So that was our pre-rounded amount. We'll just subtract the 4,500, and we have 1643.82. So the answer to how much will she pay in interest is she will pay $1,643.82 in interest. Next, we have what percent of the original $4,500 is the total interest paid. So let's get that ready. Well, the interest relative to the original amount, remember we do 1643. There's the interest. The original amount is $4,500. So I think we called this interest over principal. And then we multiply by 100% to write it as a percent. And we'll compute this on the calculator. That's still in there, so I'm going to use it. 4,500 times 100. So she's going to pay 36.53% in interest. Okay, so let's write this. She will pay, sorry, I already forgot it, 36.53%, 36.53% interest. Now, the last thing we want to do is compare these values to the previous problem when we found the minimum payment due. So you probably remember from the previous slide that the results for the minimum payment weren't as good, but I listed them up here. Okay, so for the minimum payment, it would take her 195 months to pay it off instead of 71.39. This is about 6 years. I think we said this was 16.25 years. Okay. If she pays this amount every month, a fixed amount, she'll pay $1,643.82 in interest. With the minimum payment, it was $3,390.84 in interest. Okay. And when she pays the fixed amount, she'll pay a total of 36.53% of the original amount in interest. And when she made the minimum payment due, it was 75.35% interest. So we could write all of those values, but let's just sum up these results by saying it is better to pay a fixed amount, and also that would mean a larger amount than the minimum payment due, than the minimum payment.